Grab these kitchen items from Dollar Tree and you can make the cutest Christmas DIY crafts. This is from the Dollar Tree, and then I've got a little mason jar. I'm going to use my Waverly Hazelnut chalk paint and my Rust-Oleum chalked linen white paint as well. I'm going to paint this first one with the hazelnut because I'm going to make a little gingerbread guy. Then I'm going to paint the other two with the white because they're going to become little snowmen. I'm going to take my Mod Podge and these fake snow flurries, and I think those are from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to paint the whole inside of the mason jar with the Mod Podge, and then carefully drop in a couple handfuls of the snow flurries and then roll it around inside. It'll stick to the Mod Podge. Then I'll put just part of the lid back on so there's still an opening. And I've got this gorgeous kind of sheer gold ribbon. I'm just going to tie a knot and place it on the side of the mason jar, and that matches really nice with that lid. And then I'm going to use a couple dots of hot glue just to tack it down so it stays in place. Kind of spread that ribbon out a little bit and then cut off the tails so there's just a little piece on each side. This is just an embellishment to make it look kind of festive. I've got this little wreath ornament with a cardinal in it that came from Walmart. I took the little string, the hanger off, and I'm going to hot glue it to the center where that knot is. And that's just going to make this little mason jar so pretty. Now we'll go back to our wooden cooking utensils or baking utensils. I'm going to draw a little gingerbread face, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, this is not my best gingerbread face. I didn't look as much at a picture this time, and that's where I went wrong. Just to show you I'm really not an artist, I need to be looking at a picture. I finally did, but I had already done the face, so you know what, he's just going to be a little quirky, and I'm just going to be okay with that. It's just one little wooden utensil. After I draw it with a pencil, I'm going to get my white paint and my fine point art brush, and I'm just going to outline all of those places I drew except for the eyes and the nose and the mouth. That I'm going to use the black, and then I'll put a little white dot in the eyes, the nose, and the mouth just to give it a little more character and personality. He's still cute in his own quirky way. Now I'm going to draw out the little snowman. The first one's just going to be a regular snowman face with a nose and mouth, and this one I'm going to use the hole in that wooden utensil as his mouth. I did my black on there, it made little dots on the eyes, and then the orange for his nose, and then sprayed them all with a clear glaze. Now I'm going to take 3 different ribbons. For the gingerbread guy, I got this gorgeous candy cane ribbon from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to make an awareness bow, squeeze the center, and then tie it up with a little bit of twine. And then I'll trim off the tails by making dovetails. So what you do is you fold the ribbons in half, and then you cut from where the bottom's going to be straight up towards the bow. And while it's folded in half, that creates a little dovetail. I'm going to hot glue that right where his neck would be. Then I tied 2 different ribbons around the snowman and tacked down one of the pieces of their scarves. And I put them in the mason jar, and that's it. It's so cute in my kitchen. And I just love this whole bakeware theme. You're going to have to let me know what you think. And how fun is this? I love it. Pepper shaker set from the Dollar Tree. They also have these at Family Dollar, by the way. And what I'm going to do is just start off by taking the lid off, and then I'm going to use my Rust-Oleum chalked linen white paint, and I'm going to paint all on the inside of both of these salt and pepper shakers. I like doing that because then I don't have to worry about the paint getting scratched off or anything like that. Also, it doesn't have to be a perfect coat. Just put as much as you want in there. Then I'm going to take some black chalkboard paint, and I'm going to make 3 little buttons on the front of each of the shakers. Now I've got these little foam balls. They were actually like pieces of snow that came in a packet of different size snowballs. I think they're from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to hot glue them to the very top opening of the shakers. And then I'm going to take the little lids, and these are going to become little caps. I'm going to put some hot glue inside and then put them kind of at an angle on each of the snowman heads. And I just think that's so cute. I was inspired by something I saw on Pinterest. I'm going to take this orange pipe cleaner. I'm just going to snip off 2 little pieces, one for each of the noses. And what I'm going to do is bend the top in so the pointy part is what sticks in, and then just kind of round out a little bit the end that sticks out so you don't poke anybody. And just put one on each of the little snowmen. Next, I'm just going to take that black paint again and my fine art brush, and I'm just going to make eyes and little dots for the mouth on each of these little snowmen. I just think these are adorable, so easy. I'm going to take 2 pieces of Dollar Tree ribbon. The first one's going to be black and white gingham ribbon. I'm just going to tie it around and hot glue it to the neck now. I'm going to tie it in a granny knot and just kind of play with it until I get the ribbon to lay the way I want it. Of course, I do end up having to use a little bit of hot glue to hold it in place, not only at the top where the knot is, but also down on the side where it's going to hang. But I'm going to cut off the excess first. And there's where I'm just going to put a little drop of hot glue and make sure that it's nice and secure. So that's the first one. Then I'm going to take the second one and I'm going to use a red and black gingham ribbon, and I'm going to do the exact same thing and just glue that on, tie it around his neck, same thing, kind of cut off the excess and just tack down with some hot glue the piece in the front to make sure that it stays where I want it. That's it for that. So easy. I mean, it just doesn't get much easier than this. These are done. You could put these on a tier tray or anywhere you want. What a cute idea. Easy, fun, and you could even do it with the kids or grandkids. Let me know what you think. Pan from the Dollar Tree, a white dust cloth from the Dollar Tree, and a red winter hat from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to use my Rust-Oleum chalked linen white paint, and I'm just going to paint around the edges of the pizza pan. Once that's covered, we're going to take the dust cloth and we're just going to spread it over so it covers the whole thing. And I'm going to start hot gluing it so the seam is not going to be touching the pan. And I'll just go around some of the edges and then in the middle and finish the whole thing off. Once I have that on there, I'm going to use my good scissors and cut the big pieces away. And then I'm going to take a small scissors and I'm going to just cut so that it falls down below that rim of the pizza pan, as you can see there. But don't worry about the edges. We're going to clean them up later. I've got this little gift bag tie, and I'm just going to put it on the back with hot glue and some masking tape to secure it. And that way we've got that taken care of. Now I'm going to take my winter hat and I'm going to start gluing it. Now you could cut it in half if you wanted to. I decided I would just stretch it over the edges and make it look like it was just on. And then I'll put some in the back to secure that as well. Now I'm going to take a little piece of a mop head and just tie it around the top and kind of bunch it, because otherwise it'll flop over quite a bit. And then I'm going to take a little piece of scrap wood. It's actually a piece of a paint stir stick. I'm going to hot glue it to partially on the back of the pizza pan and on the hat, and that'll hold the hat straight out. And you could paint that if you wanted. I decided not to. I have some black felt and some kind of cream colored felt. I'm going to cut like an oval shape out of the felt. It's doubled up, and I'm going to make 2 eyes for my snowman. You can tell this is a snowman. I'm just going to hot glue them right onto the face of my snowman. Then I cut out a nose shape from the other one, and then I'm going to cut a piece of the black felt that I think will fit where the mouth should go, and I'm just going to start cutting like an edge off of that kind of half circle and just clean it up until I get a mouth that I think looks cute. And then I will glue that mouth on. I'll start in the middle and then do the edges. That way it won't move around while I'm gluing it. I'm going to take that little piece of felt for the nose, and I'm just going to use my pumpkin colored Waverly chalk paint and paint it orange. And then I'm just going to hot glue it on, and there's my little snowman's nose. I think he's so cute, you guys. This was really easy to do. Now I'm going to add a little bit of greenery and a cute little glittered pine cone to the top of his hat. And I think that just really makes him adorable, but his eyes needed a little more life. So I'm going to take a little dabber stick that I have and just put a little white circle in each eye. And then I'm going to cover those edges of the pizza pan with my mop head. It takes 2 pieces to get that part covered, and just use hot glue to do it. And there we go. I think he's adorable. He would look so cute in the middle of like a green evergreen kind of wreath for winter, or even hanging on your wall somewhere. He's so cute. Let me know what you think. Got a pie pan from the Dollar Tree, and then 2 of these paint stir sticks. They are from Amazon, and I ordered them because they don't have that funny squiggly end, and so I've got that in my Amazon store if you're interested. And I used a little gift tag bag handle, and I made a hanger for it. I just tied a knot in it because I didn't want it to be so flexible. So then I'm using my masking tape and hot glue to secure that. I'm going to take each of those stir sticks. I want to make a mini shelf. This pan is going to lay against the wall, let's say, or on a wreath. I'm going to take my miter shears from Amazon. They are a great tool for cutting, and you can angle things too. So first I'm just going to trim it down a little bit because it's just too long to begin with. Then I'm going to figure out where I want to place the shelf. I'm going to switch the little piece on the miter shears to give me that angled cut. It says right on there what the angle is. because as you go into this pan, it kind of angles inward. So I want to make sure I get just the right angle so I can have it touching the sides of the pan. So I'm going to do that on both ends, and you just kind of keep checking it, and then it's hard to measure because it angles. So you have to keep just checking it and then cutting a little bit off as you need to, unless I got lucky the first time, which of course I didn't, but that's okay. Then I finally get the piece I want. I'm going to take it, place it over the second one, and just draw a line on each side so I have a perfect template and I know exactly where to cut on the second one, and I don't have to go through that again. Because what I'm going to do is place one about a third of the way down and the other one about 2/3 of the way down. And so that'll give them about the same measurement. And I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on the ends just to temporarily hold them in place. And then I'm going to secure all of the sides with some more hot glue. And you really won't see it when it's all done. Now, I didn't stain these pieces yet. And the reason is because of this hot glue. I want to make sure it all is the same color. So once I get the second piece, I will attach it exactly the same way, put a little bit on the ends, and then to hold it in place, and then to secure it, go ahead and add that hot glue around all of the sides. And I'm not putting a super thick amount, just enough to, secure it. Very easy to do, actually. And keep in mind where you put the hanger so it's centered. Otherwise, you might end up with a lopsided shelf, and you don't want to end up with a lopsided shelf. So I'm going to take my burnt umber acrylic paint by Apple Barrel, water it down a bit. I'm just going to paint those two little shelves, and I did that off camera. And then I've got all these little ornaments from Walmart. They were like $2.48, and you got like 6 of them, different shapes and sizes. So I'm going to hot glue all of those on, just kind of put them in the way I like them arranged. And then I added some pine cones, some greenery, and a little poinsettia pick right at the bottom. And I think this turned out to be the cutest little kitchen decor. I used a lot of baking pan type things this year, and I am finding my kitchen is looking adorable with these. You'll have to let me know if this is something you would want to try. I love this one. My pan from the Dollar Tree, and I've also got a glass candle holder also from the Dollar Tree. I love those. And then these are little lids to, I guess, kind of glass canisters. I got those at IKEA. And then I've got some black chalkboard paint. I don't use the metallic, and I've got my Rust-Oleum linen white chalk paint. I'm going to take the white paint. I'm going to put a little on my brush, wipe most of it off, and use it like a dabber with my little stenciling brush, and just kind of, we're going to make it look like galvanized metal and just kind of blotch it all over. Do you see what I've done there? So no actual paint strokes, just dabbing. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the black. And I decided not to use the silver because the pan's silver and I didn't really need to add any more, but I had it there just in case. And I really love the look that this gives. I did not rust it this time because I want it to look more like snow than anything. Then I've got those 2 lids from IKEA, and you could use anything as a flat candle holder. That's what this is going to be. I'm just going to hot glue them together to raise it up a teeny bit, and then I'm going to hot glue it right to the very center of this pie pan. So we're going to make a centerpiece for Christmas or the winter or whatever, and then I want to have a place to put the candle that just raises up a little bit. Next, we're going to take the candle holder, and I'm just going to put a lot of hot glue. You could also use E6000. I'm going to keep this pretty light, so I wasn't worried about it, but do what you want to do. And then I'm just going to hot glue it right to that center of the bottom. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really enjoy your company. Now I'm turning it over, and look how I love that glass with the galvanized look. Then I've got a bunch of like floral foam pieces that are left over from something, and I just cut them in smaller pieces and hot glued them all the way around that candle holder inside of the pie pan. Now I've got tons of like pine cone picks and berry picks, and I thought I'm going to turn this into like a green centerpiece, but mostly has pine cones and berries, and I just thought that would be so pretty, very high-end looking and very festive. So I'm going to put a pine cone kind of in each one of those little sections, and then I'll alternate with a tall berry stem. So that way it's got different heights. Remember that saying, a thriller, a filler, and a spiller. So we're going to call the thriller, the pine cone. The berries are the spiller, and the other little picks are the filler, and they're just going to make this look so gorgeous. And I'm just going to kind of put them in wherever I have a little gap just to make sure that my floral foam is covered. And I think this is filling in so nicely. And I'm just loving that look with the metal and the glass. And then the wood. I mean, it's got all the elements in it. Look how gorgeous that turned out. I know I'm a little partial. Anyway, I'm going to go and get a candle, and I'm going to set it right in the middle. It's in a little glass candle holder, and I think this turned out stunning. I think it might be my favorite today. I've been using it already, and I love it. You have to let me know what you think, and it was very easy to make. Are you ready for more inspiration? I've got another video here I think you will really like. Click on it. I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. Bye.